Most vehicles in the automotive world are for those who need rather than want. Ever since its reboot in the 2010 model year, the Chevrolet Camaro has been for those who desire and want it rather than need it. It simply breaks the mold with its clean, handsome retro styling and tire-burning power. While the pony car segment really gets its sales from the loyalists, the Camaro still has rivals and competes with them in terms of sales. So, let's go ahead and check out this 2015 Chevrolet Camaro. Now, as far as styling goes on the Camaro, it is a fairly good looking vehicle here. I'm not sure if it's the best looking one in the class of pony cars, but it certainly has head turning looks and good, sharp, clean looks. And back in the 2014 model year, the Camaro line got updated with a wider lower mouth, a compressed upper grille, new headlights, one-piece taillights, and a new spoiler and exhaust tips. And they also added the LED halo rings. However, our trim does not have it. We just have basic halogen headlights here. But overall, the styling of the vehicle is really good looking. Now, our trim of the Camaro we have here is the 2LS Coupe, and it is equipped with the 3.6 liter V6, which is the base powertrain for the Camaro. Now, we also do have these fairly good looking 18-inch alloy wheels. Fairly handsome overall. However, if you do step up to higher end trim levels of the Camaro, you do get these 20-inch alloy wheels, which do look pretty good. And the Camaro does have the option for a convertible model. Now, the Challenger doesn't have the option for a convertible model, but the Ford Mustang does. Now, here goes the key fob for the Camaro. Your typical Chevrolet key with the switchblade design. You do have your unlock, lock, to release your trunk, and then your panic button. Now, it is the silver ice metallic exterior color. With a full-on black cloth interior. Manual driver's seat adjustments, but you do have power recline. Now, stepping on inside of the Camaro here, just like with the exterior styling, the interior styling is also fairly retro, but yet fairly stylish too. Now, when the Camaro was updated in the 2014 model year, really what was heavily criticized about the interior was its build quality and materials, but has been significantly improved. Push button start is available. And like I said, what you're hearing there is a 3.6 liter V6. Fairly heavy steering. Now, coming to your transmission, you have the optional 6-speed automatic. You also do have manual shiftability via the paddle shifters. Now, your base transmission is going to be a 6-speed manual. No rear view camera here, however. You also do have your e-brake. And I'm going to go ahead and turn on the lights and the hazards too. Automatic driver's side window. Let's go ahead and pop up the hood, check out the engine bay. Halogen headlights, HID headlights, and LED daytime running lights are options, of course. Now, under the hood here, like I said, we do have the base powertrain, which is a 3.6 liter V6. It produces 323 horsepower at 6,800 RPM and 278 pound-feet of torque at 4,800 RPM. It is rear-wheel drive, running on regular unleaded fuel with EPA estimates of a pretty good 19 in the city and 30 on the highway. Now what's pretty surprising is that when you do get the manual transmission equipped with the 3.6 liter V6, fuel economy actually drops to 17 in the city and 28 on the highway. Now your optional powertrains of the Camaro do include a 6.2 liter supercharged V8, and then on the top high-end model for the Z28 model you do get a 7 liter V8. All can be equipped with a 6-speed manual transmission or a 6-speed automatic. Now as far as competitors go of the Camaro, you have the vehicles in the pony car class. Those are the main ones. This includes the likes of the Dodge Challenger as well as the Ford Mustang. However, some other vehicles to consider that are sporty two-door coupes include the Nissan 370Z as well as the Hyundai Genesis coupe. Pricing of the Camaro starts at the LS trim, which starts at $23,705. The mid-level LT trim starts at $26,005. Then you have the SS, which starts at $33,505. The ZL1 model starts at $60,705. Then you have the Z28, which starts at $72,305. And markups at dealerships are pretty likely for the Z28 model and the ZL1 model too. Now also, since the 2014 Camaro got a host of new updates, the 2015 Camaro essentially remains unchanged. Now coming to the rear, you have dual exhaust tips. Love the styling of the rear end. Loved when they updated this vehicle and got rid of those square tail lights. You also do have an LED third brake light and a shark fin antenna. Of course, all of your basic power amenities, power windows, power door locks, and your power exterior mirrors, chrome interior door handles too. Armrest is also nice and soft touch. And let's go ahead and rev it up. Very nice. I would love to have the Camaro with the 6.2 liter supercharged V8 as well as the Z28 model, however. But this 3.6 liter does sound pretty nice. Now as far as build quality and materials go, it's okay. On the mid door panel it is hard touch as well as the upper door panel, but you're really not buying this vehicle for luxury. It's all about performance here. At least you do have a decent soft touch armrest. Up here on the dashboard, it's all hard touch plastic. However, this is a decent graining, but at least they did make this soft touch in the 2014 update with this nice stitching to make the interior feel a little bit more high quality. And overall, this interior does feel a little boxy, to be honest. It's very boxy feeling and feels kind of weird to sit in here. It's a little awkward. And the seating position is a little awkward too, to be honest. Now coming to the steering wheel design, we've seen this basic GM steering wheel design for quite some time now. It's getting a little old, to be honest, and I wish they would update the steering wheel. You have your cruise control buttons right here, steering wheel mounted audio controls, voice recognition, and your Bluetooth phone controls. I like this chrome piece that goes on the steering wheel right here. This is actually pretty nice. However, a whole redesigned steering wheel will probably come in the redesigned 2016 Camaro. Now you also do have a manually tilting and telescoping steering wheel. Coming down here you have a little storage cubby. Your traction control off button is also right there. Cup holders. And then the armrest center console lid is soft touch, but not really high quality looking. You also do have your auxiliary input and a 12-volt power outlet. Center console storage is okay. Coming right here, you have your basic AC controls. I love how they used traditional knobs and buttons. Very easy to use here. And you do have single zone climate control, your fan speeds, and then your temperatures, of course. And then you select your different zones right here. These are actually pretty small buttons, to be honest. And then you also do have your power door lock switch right there. Coming to the radio, you have an AM, FM, CD player, as well as XM satellite radio. Your presets are right here. And there is a larger optional touchscreen available called Chevrolet MyLink, and that is a much better system. This is a little dated, to be honest. But you do have your digital clock up there, and then your exterior temperature readout. Coming up here, you have your OnStar, and I love the way the mirror looks. Very unique looking. It's also what you will find in the Corvette Stingray. Coming up here, you have your interior illumination lighting. Surprised they're not LEDs. Headliner is also fairly high quality. And then your mirror, which is really small. Now, as far as visibility goes inside of the Camaro, that's honestly actually probably one of the drawbacks to getting a Camaro. It's not even the performance that's a drawback. It's actually the visibility. And we have really thick A-pillars, I have to say, and then the side glass area is very poor. You really can't see easily out of this vehicle. It's very thin right here. And then outward visibility can be a little bit better, especially with that long, proud hood. When you get to rearward visibility, it's extremely limited due to that pillar back there. It's very thick. And then seeing out of the very back window, it's fairly thin back there too. That's one of the drawbacks of the Camaro. Now, as far as the gauges go, they're fairly unique looking overall. However, I certainly do prefer the Challengers as well as the Mustangs over the Camaros. Now, you have your speedometer right there, and then your RPM gauge, fuel gauge, fairly basic. Coming to that little center screen right there, shows you your vehicle information such as your trip odometer, what direction of travel you're going, and then what gear you're in. Also shows you your oil temperature, oil pressure, and then also shows you your digital speedometer, your vehicle information menu, tire pressure monitoring. Overall, it's fairly basic. However, I would love to see a TFT instrument cluster right here in the Camaro. Hopefully that'll come on the 2016 update. Now, as far as driving dynamics go of the Camaro, you will actually find when equipped with the 3.6 liter V6 that it is very adequate and provides ample amounts of power for your daily commute. And there's really no need to step up to a big brawny V8 unless if you want the tire burning power, of course. However, this 3.6 liter V6 should satisfy most people. Now, handling is also a very strong point for the Camaro because it's very capable and it doesn't really feel like a typical muscle car that's very big and bulky. It really does feel like a pretty nimble sports car, and it also provides a very decent ride quality too that's very agreeable as well. So overall, driving dynamics of the Camaro is actually probably the best in the pony car class, to be honest, because you do get that muscle car power while still having nimble handling, somewhat of a sports car. Now, if you do want the tire burning power from the Camaro, the 6.2 liter supercharged V8 as well as the 7 liter V8 are fine choices. And the Z28 model equipped with the 7 liter V8 engine actually uses weight saving measures to increase its performance, which is pretty nifty and pretty cool actually. But overall, you will find that there is actually a Camaro pretty much for anyone, whether you want a drop top convertible or a really fast muscle car vehicle. Alright, and let's go ahead and shut it down. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of the Camaro. Now this is actually, surprisingly, one of the tiniest trunks I have ever seen from such a fairly large vehicle. But this is no practical family sedan or a SUV here. Trunk space is also pretty small overall too. Really tiny trunk opening. Now I actually had to put the seat all the way forward because I probably wouldn't fit back here if the seat was any further back. But you will find that the Camaro has extremely cramped rear seats and is certainly only suitable for children, very small children at that. But however, if you do want the roomiest back seat in the class, certainly the Dodge Challenger is worth a look. Headroom is also extremely tight back here. My head is also hitting the ceiling, and I'm about 6 foot. Alright. Glove box compartment kind of slams right down. Just a little cheap. Alrighty. So with its good power from pretty much any engine, its very nimble handling and good head turning looks, the 2015 Chevrolet Camaro is an excellent choice for a muscle car. However, just don't expect it to be the most practical one. So remember that this is Cameron Birch from Cameron's Car Reviews.